Hello all, just trying to work through all of these boxes of bits and pieces in the shed, and I thought that this afternoon I'd quickly swap the headlights and the grille. The headlights in it are poor, as they often do get in these. I've explored having them re-chromed, but for the purpose of getting it to a point where it can be MOT'd before too long, I'm kind of thinking possibly towards the end of the summer. I've got a pair of very nice lenses, not perfect but good enough, I'm sure, especially with some good quality bulbs in, to be able to pass an MOT when it comes to it. And again, it just means that I can, clear out a little bit of space, stick these on eBay, get what I can for them. Won't be a huge amount, but it just relieves me of another box of parts. Got a couple of indicator units as well to go on. Again, they're fine, but they're just a little bit cleaner. And that's what I'm going to get up to today. So always useful when things are off the car to show how they fit. So you just got two hex bolts at the top and one underneath, and then of course the indicator units attach one screw to there, and then they just clip into place. So a very simple swap over. I'll pull the grille out first, of course, which you need to do to pull the headlights out. So the grille removal is very simple. You just have three 25 Torx, there and there. Quite often these tabs break from, well, just age. They get brittle over time, and of course they're being exposed to the elements and the heat cycles from the engine, the weather, all that sort of stuff, and they just bust off. And once those three are out, it just pops up on a few tabs at the bottom there. It's actually not in bad nick, this one. I'll give it a good clean up and see whether it will clean well enough to either keep as a spare or shove on eBay. So headlights here are just on a pair of 8mm on the top. So to remove the indicator unit, you have another 25 Torx just there that the indicator slips into, and then a couple of bolts. These are 8mm. There's one there, it doesn't need to be removed entirely, you can just loosen that one, and there's another 8mm bolt just underneath it. So if I show you on the spare unit, that's where they are, top and bottom, and once those are loosened, that should then just slide forwards. There you go. So once those two are removed and the indicator unit is out, there is just one more, which is, I'll point to it with the torque just there. It is, there's it gone, that one just there, and it is, this one is well and truly seized, which isn't a surprise. Again, you know, it's at the front of the car, got the elements hitting it, and possibly hasn't ever been removed in its life, who knows. So what I've done is to simply remove it from the clamp attached to the body of the car instead, and then that lifts out. And just for reference, it is that bolt there that's been problematic, so that is now ready to remove. I was just about to fit the spare repeater and remembered that I'd actually bought and stored away in the garage a brand new pair of these. So again, I may as well fit these now. Yes, it's all going to come off when it's painted, but if I fit everything that I know will be on the car when it's all completed, then it gives me a chance to make sure that I don't have any wiring issues or anything like that. Make sure that everything's fitting correctly, that there are no sort of clips, any bits and pieces that are required, anything that busts off in the process. Something else I've just remembered about to fit these is the US spec cars. This panel here and the blanker that you see there was a reversing parking sort of assistance light. So when reverse gear is engaged, once that is drilled out and a bulb holder is mounted in there, correctly wired of course to the reversing lamps, these illuminate here just to light up the curbside a little bit to assist with parking, which is a nice touch. And again, that's something that once all of this comes off again, when the car goes in for paint, I will make that modification and do a little video on that at the same time. So that's the near side very nearly in place. Just a couple of tips that I would give people is to locate the thread there, the bolt there, and also these two as well, so that the lens can then simply be slotted into place, because whilst you can get access to those threads when the unit is in place, it's just mega tricky. That one's okay, you can kind of get to that one absolutely fine, but those two that I've just put into place just there, they're really tricky to get access to inside the engine bay. Just makes things a little bit easier for you. Well, there we go, a little bit fresher face than it was a few minutes ago. So we've got each of the new corner units in, replacement better quality headlamps. That one still isn't brilliant, but it's fine. A grille with the turbo badge in it. Again, I could have swapped that with the other one, but the grille is in just generally slightly better order. So there we go, a little win for today, and it just gets it one step closer to ticking all the boxes for Mr. MOT man when the time comes.